guys, this is Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for the Trinity War tie-in, Constantine issue 5. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a little update that I have, of course, Comic Uno episode 6, where I do, and that's for Dark Avenger Inc., where I review every comic book I read in one show. And some of those exclusive comics that will be only on that show are Scarlet Spider issue 19, Wolverine and X-Men issue 33, Ultimate Comics X-Men issue 29, and Young Avengers issue 8. So if you want to go check out those reviews, and of course, again, every comic book I read in one show, go check out Comic Uno episode 6, which will be annotated. But let's talk about Constantine issue 5. Yeah, so I picked this up on whim. It was a Trinity War tie-in. I like getting tie-ins every once in a while. Sometimes they're even better than the events, but really Trinity War has been great, so I have no complaints about that. But this cover looked awesome, and I've been loving the Shazam New 52 Shazam, and I actually read every issue he's been in. It's only been Justice League and Justice League Dark and all that, but I have read every issue he's been in, so I was like, hey, I want to get some more Shazam going on, so I picked up Constantine. This cover looked awesome. I never read Hellfire, or I might have even said that wrong. I think, not Hellfire, Hellblazer, which was Constantine's series before. Obviously, I haven't read it. I don't even know the name of it. But Hellblazer I didn't really read. I haven't read this series, so I don't really know much about Constantine. But it looked interesting as tie-in for Trinity War, so I didn't feel like I was going to be lost or anything. But love this cover. I love the art for it also. Just really love this cover. But let's see if I like the story. Maybe I'll be a big Constantine fan after this. So I guess we get thrown into the Constantine story. They're at this bar, the joint bar. I'm guessing this is something that we see in the Constantine series usually. But of course, Constantine's kind of like a con man of magic, I would say. He's all-knowing of magic, but he also cons a lot of people. And we actually see in Justice League Dark that they do tie in this, where they're like, oh, do you want to see what's going on with Constantine? Read this issue. Hey, Constantine and Shazam, read this issue. So it did feel like a setup to go into this issue, which I don't know if I love that, but I was like, okay, let's see what's going on with them. And Constantine actually promises Billy to tell who his real parents are. And I guess he knows a lot about Billy. He knew his name and everything. So he's trying to con Billy, and he wants to use his power for some odd reason. I didn't really get that in this issue, and even the barman said, like, well, why did you want him here anyways? So he's just trying to drag Shazam, I guess, away from the Justice League most of all, and get away from the whole Pandora's box and everything. So they end up fighting this monster. I guess that was part of Constantine's world a little, so this big monster here. Again, that seemed connected to this series. I don't read this series, so I can't tell you, but it's not really connected to Trinity War. He's just some random magic monster, and so Constantine steals Shazam's power. Billy is useless in this issue, and he's like, he can't control the power because it's not actually his, so he's trying to control the power as best as possible. Billy steals the power again, he leaves, and it seems like they continue the story of whatever was being told Constantine before, because now Constantine's actually got shot or some sort of thing, and he's in the afterlife. That's the cliffhanger. I honestly did not like this issue. It was really fillerish. Really was not needed at all, and it felt so set up in Justice League Dark that it didn't feel organic. It just felt very set up. It felt like, oh, you need just buy this issue. It's like, it felt very forced, this issue. I did want to pick this up because I really like Shazam. I was hoping maybe just get a really interesting story here, maybe do find out about Billy's parents, or maybe just make Constantine a little likable, but really it just felt like I don't know why Constantine even brought Billy there. I didn't really find his motive in this issue at all, which was really disappointing. At least if he had a motive, it would have been a little interesting, but really his motive was like, oh, I just didn't want Shazam near the Justice League during that time, so I just told him to do this and let me steal his power, even though I don't want it. I guess it was cool how Constantine became a Shazam type. I guess that was kind of cool for Constantine fans to see him in a Shazam outfit. I gotta say that I guess was the coolest thing out of the whole issue. But the art was okay here, but there's some parts here of the art just really being bad. It's dark. It's so sketchy. You can see over here, and there's this one scene where you're looking up and he has no neck, and I guess right here when he's stepping on his cigarette, he doesn't even have a neck over there. It just so, the art was not good, the coloring wasn't even good, it felt so bright, and it just didn't match this color for this for this comic. Honestly, this comic was all over the place, and it felt so unorganic from what we got with Justice League Dark. It just was such a disappointment because I was actually excited to read this issue. I went out of my way to get this issue. So I actually forgot to put on my pull list. I was like, I have to get Constantine. So I wanted to try this issue. It was one of those issues I got a whim. I don't know if I'll become a Constantine fan from this, and I think that should have been a point of it. But yeah, you could skip this tie-in. You really didn't need it. Nothing happened here. If you're a Constantine fan even, I think it would be too fillerish for you guys. Because really, I mean, you get back to the story that you're being told towards the end, I'm guessing, because it seems connected to issues before. But yeah, even Constantine fans, even if you're reading this, I don't think you have to read this issue. And if you're not a Constantine fan and just a Trinity War fan, I don't think you have to read this issue either. The art was bad, the coloring was bad, the story was bad. So I have to give this 2 stars. It wasn't good at all. It's just really, I mean, at least the characters were on point. If I had to say something positive, the characters were pretty well told. Like, Shazam was like Billy usually is in the Justice League. But yeah, I gotta give this 2 stars. Very close, very, very close to being my worst pick of the week. But there was something else that was cluttered, even more cluttered than this issue. Yeah, so I gotta give that 2 stars. Really did not like it. But tell me in the comments below what you thought. This is Comic Uno. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and their end situations. And I'll see you guys later.